those uncomfortable kind of videos, just like the very beginning of my Instagram was kind of some uncomfortable kind of pictures. For those of you who are just joining us, my name is Mary Daniels, and this is Keto Life on Tour. Right now we are touring our Keto Life in Marco Island, Florida. It's about as good as it gets. But I am on day one of a 9-week challenge. So I'm gonna tell you all a little bit about that today, kind of introduce you to why it is that I'm standing here in my negligees for the whole world to see. And part of it is I have already had an over 125 pound weight loss through the keto lifestyle. After having that extreme weight loss in a 13-month period, my whole story, the 4-year talk, will come soon. But after about 13 months, I lost 125 pounds and I had my first skin removal surgery. So I've had my tummy done. I've had a breast lift and augmentation. And so I have the opportunity now to kind of say what's next in my journey. And two things kind of came to mind. And if I get emotional, y'all are gonna learn from being with me that I get some emotions, is that I have to be honest about right where my body is, right where we're at, where we are starting, what we're doing here. And the important thing is, I think for me, is that I address the fact that this is exactly where I'm at. Not in a bad way. Y'all, this was body goals for years and years. This was exactly what I wanted for so long, and it is not to discredit the body that I'm currently in. I love this body. I respect this body. I'm so proud of what I've done. But I also think that hiding and being scared of the facts is never a good thing. So I always say, and you're gonna hear me say it a lot, you can't be willing to expect what you're unwilling to inspect. I have had almost really about 16 months, not quite 18 months, about 16 months of maintenance. I haven't had to track food anymore. I haven't had to think about what I'm eating. I've been able to intuitively eat keto. I haven't eaten off plan, off the keto lifestyle since July of 2020 when I dealt with a binge eating episode. I'll call that an episode. An excursion, a day of feeling like death that led to 10 days of feeling horrible, having a fibromyalgia flare up, dealing with all the repercussions of that choice. And it's let me not make that choice again. Failing allowed me to start making those choices consistently. And so outside of a couple sweet potatoes on purpose for my hormones, popcorn a couple times that fit in my macros, I have eaten keto food since July of 2020. And I've been intuitively eating since about April of 2021. I had been weighing and measuring and doing all this stuff from the first keto journey through the first keto pregnancy, the only keto pregnancy, but there were 2 of them, twins, and then getting back and having to restart keto right back where I started. And so with that 125 pounds in 13 months, skin came with it. And this skin came a lot with it. This is where I've carried my weight for my whole life. I was close to 300 pounds for probably a decade. I was over 250 for a couple decades. And so this is just part of my story. In 9 weeks from today, actually, I'm having a brachioplasty. I am having this skin removed. All of this is gonna go away, and I'm going to get my arms. And for some people, I know that they say this is a badge of honor. This is, something that you get to wear to remind you of where you've been. And for me, I think that that's served its place. I can say thank you to the reminders and the scars and the baggage and the arms and the skin for everything it did for me, for the life it carried me in, for the woman I got to be, for all the babies that these arms held without wanting to keep that for the next 50, 60 years of my life. So I am making the hard decision and getting the skin removal surgery. But I also realize I want to be in my absolute very best place. I want to feel my very best. And so my husband and I are embarking day one today on a journey to get my body as fit and healthy and for the first time ever, strong on this journey. I kind of had a claim to fame, a point of pride that I didn't work out for over 106 pounds, that I didn't take my first walk for exercise for a real long time. And I think for me, that was what I needed when I needed it. But now I'm ready to do something that scares me, something that's super hard to me, something I have never done since high school, and start and commit to a real workout regimen. More than just walking. I love my walking, I love it. And I've done 75 days of walking a couple times, but I'm ready to build some muscle. I'm ready to make sure that the skin here is as much skin as possible. The thing about liposuction is that it hurts, it's harder to heal from. So if we can just have this be skin and this part is less filled with those fat deposits, and that's a phenomenal thing. I also want to heal well. I want to feel good. And so we're inviting you, as uncomfortable as it is for me, to join me in the next 9 weeks and inviting you to be part of transforming me into the best version of myself going into surgery, going through the surgery and healing from that before we go back out on the road. The crazy thing is, most of these workouts, most of those 9 weeks of time, about 5.5 to 6 of them are gonna be spent on the road. We're gonna be in the RV. We're gonna be having to figure out how to work out in the Tetons and in Yellowstone and Rocky Mountain National Park and in Vail, wherever we end up all over the map, the Badlands. We're gonna figure out how to get me strong and work out without a gym, without all the equipment, without all the extras, with food and purposeful fasting, as well as building muscle for the first time for me in probably 18 years. And this is big for me. So this is where I'm starting. And so the important thing to me was that we discussed and talked about and saw all of it, where I'm starting today. Because 9 weeks from now, I wanna be able to look at this and go, dang, you started good, but you did it. You did it. And that's kind of where we're at. So starting today, we went back to our fasting. We're gonna tighten up our eating. We're gonna start doing some arm weights, I think. We're gonna start with arms.
We can still listen to Hamilton if you want.
We can still listen to Hamilton, right? So the only thing I walk to is Hamilton. This is a whole thing. You guys can get my Hamilton step workout. Eventually it's gonna come out because it got me through 25 pounds that I didn't think I could lose. And I did it with just Hamilton in my house in the winter with my kids and a whole bunch of different funny movements to the different parts of the songs. But the whole soundtrack, I got the whole soundtrack set up for a good workout. But this is a different level. This is getting strong and doing the weights and doing hard things, picking up hard things, heavy things. And so today is kind of day 1 of this. We are going into this part of the journey saying, how do we make sure that the muscle and the strength is there, that the collagen's there? And I did something this morning that sucked. It super sucked. I got on the scale, and I want to talk about this for just 2 minutes. 2 minutes, give me 2 minutes. I lost 125 pounds. Y'all know I started at 297, so 125 pounds is 172. I walked into my surgery for my tummy tuck right after Thanksgiving, the whole 9 yards, December 1st, at 176. So 121 pounds lost. It took me from December of last year all the way of July of this year to gain about 8 pounds, where I was consistently maintaining about an 8 pounds up weight gain on the scale. And I said, as long as I'm within 10 pounds, I'm all right, because I actually have gone down below 172 a couple of times and seen some numbers down there that I didn't believe in. So I was like 10 pounds on either side. I'm good. This is maintenance. In the last 4 weeks, it went from 8 pounds of weight gain to 10 more pounds of weight gain. So I went from, as of this morning, I can't say I'm 125 pounds down on my keto journey. I've lost it, I've done that, but I'm not doing that. I'm 107 pounds down. Woke up 190 flat, and I have not seen that number in well over a year. Well over a year. Probably close to 2 years. And it's not that that number means anything. It has no bearing on my worth or my value, but I have to remember that the whole point of doing this and what I've done is that I get to live in a body that I feel my best in. And I have noticed some things that have slipped, that little creep has slipped into, yes, weight gain, but I've been battling some anxiety the last 6 months in a way that I haven't in a long time. I've been battling some sleep issues in a way that I haven't in a long time. Some overwhelm, some overstimulation. My ADHD has gotten to the point it is a whole lot harder to kind of just cover and manage, and I've had to go back on medication. So this is the first time after getting rid of all of my medications, I've added back 2. I've added back my ADHD medicine for in the morning and mid-afternoon, and I'm still kind of running on fumes a lot. So I know that that's my body letting me know it's time to adjust some things, it's time to change some things. And I'm not a doctor, and I'm not gonna tell you it's my job to get myself off medication, but if at the end of 9 weeks, my fasting is tight, my food is beautiful, my exercise makes me feel good, and I get those serotonin boosts that I need, my hope is that I can start to get back to the best version of me, because I've seen that version before. And it doesn't necessarily mean that I need smaller hips or a tighter belly. It's not about the number on the scale, but I know right now, today, I am not at the very best I have been in the last 2 years, and I'm ready to see that version before the surgery. So 9 weeks, we're gonna do this together. You're gonna see this. My husband is going to be my trainer. Y'all, that's a marriage test. I'm just saying, we're 10 years in and we're just going, let's just see what we can test on this, apparently.
There's no crying in the weight room.
No, I cry at everything. So 10 years of marriage together, 9 weeks of working out together, learning to fall in love with getting healthy together the way we have with food. We want that same kind of love of getting our best and getting our healthiest and getting our strongest together. And we can do it. And I know with that man behind the camera, I absolutely can. And with you all's support, I appreciate it more than you know. Sorry I'm in my panties. You're gonna see this for the next 9 weeks because I want to see what this can do. I believe y'all, my friends that work out, that are strong and lift things and get tight and see muscle, I believe that it's worth it. I've just never done it. So for me, this is a whole new part of this journey that I've never experienced, and we're gonna document it here on YouTube while traveling the country, while not at our home base, while without a gym, while in an RV with all 5 kids, and homeschool's about to start, y'all. We're gonna do this while homeschooling 5 of them.
With twin toddlers.
Ooh. Okay, I'm trying to believe in this right now, Andy. Right now, I still have belief. So we're gonna get to, last night we did a little walk, run, workout. It was more of like, let's set the tone. Today is my first day lifting weights with this man, and we're gonna see how it goes. We appreciate you, we love you. Thank you so much for the support. All 420 of you. This is the very beginning, and this YouTube journey is going to be amazing, but you're gonna see stuff here that you don't see on our other social media platforms, that there just isn't the space or the time or the amount of words that I have in my body that come out. Those can't come out in those little captions. So I'm really excited to have a place to truly share who we are and what we do and to be here with you. Thanks so much.